Okay, let's dive right in. We're about to explore a pretty radical new way for retailers to create content and, more importantly, to connect with their customers. We're talking about a move from a world of serious limitations to one of, well, infinite possibilities.
And think about this for a second. What if your marketing budget could suddenly be 10 times more effective? Because this isn't just about some shiny new tech. It's really about a fundamental shift in strategy, a whole new blueprint for how brands can communicate and grow.
So first, let's talk about a problem that pretty much every single marketing department on the planet faces. I call it the content creation trap. The old way of doing things is just fundamentally broken. It's slow, it's incredibly expensive, and it just can't keep up with the world we live in now.
I mean, the difference between the old way and the new way is just night and day. On one hand, you've got the traditional approach, right? Super high costs, production timelines that drag on for weeks or even months, and at the end of it all, you get what? A handful of photos, a single video? Now, on the other hand, you have AI. The costs plummet, the turnaround is basically instant, and you get a truly infinite stream of content. And when you're stuck in that old model, what's the inevitable result? You get these generic, one-size-fits-all campaigns that just don't really speak to anyone. Your content production is moving at a snail's pace, but your customers, they're expecting things that are personal and relevant right now. That disconnect, it's huge, and it really hurts.
So how in the world do you break out of that trap? Well, a whole new approach is emerging, and it's all powered by generative AI. Let's take a look at a company that's really pioneering this space, Artifice Studios. They are completely rewriting the rules of the game. So, Artifice Studios is South Africa's very first dedicated generative AI studio. And their mission is simple, but it is revolutionary. They want to produce these incredible Hollywood-style visuals, but do it at a tiny fraction of the cost. The whole idea is to make that mind-blowing, premium content accessible to everyone.
And this is where it gets really crazy. Imagine this. You take just one single photo of a product, just one. From that one image, Artifice can generate a literally endless stream of marketing assets. We're talking infinite models of any ethnicity, any style, wearing your product, infinite scenes, infinite backgrounds, even entire fully produced video commercials. That's not just scalability, that is exponential power.
But look, creating an infinite amount of content is really only half the battle. The real revolution, the game changer, starts when you use that power to make every single piece of content deeply personal for every single customer. You've probably heard the term omni-channel before. All it really means is creating one single, seamless conversation with your customer, no matter where they are. Whether they're scrolling on TikTok, checking their email, or walking right past your store, the experience should feel connected and personal to them. And this is how the AI engine actually pulls that off. You have these AI agents that are constantly collecting customer data from every single touchpoint. Then, they use that data to build these incredibly detailed, hyper-niche customer profiles. And those profiles are what drive the automated creation of tailored content which gets deployed instantly across all your channels. And we are not talking about broad categories like millennials here. We are talking about creating content for these tiny, hyper-specific subcultures and individuals. The source material gives this perfect example, a 25-year-old Afrikaans-speaking bride-to-be who loves punk rock music. With this system, you can create an ad just for her. That's not just personalization, that's true one-to-one marketing.
Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's make this tangible and apply this whole idea to a real-world case study, the iconic South African retailer, Woolworths. We're going to see how this could totally revolutionize their marketing, pushing this model to its absolute extreme.
So if you know Woolworths, you probably know this story. Their food division is an absolute powerhouse, a market leader doing incredibly well. But their fashion, beauty, and home division, or FBH, it's been struggling for a while against some really tough competition.
And here's the interesting part. The company itself knows exactly what the solution is. It's right there in their own strategic goals, to lead in customer experience using data. The million-dollar question for them has always been, how can we possibly do that at scale?
And this slide, right here, this is why it matters so much. Personalization isn't just a nice-to-have anymore. It is the single biggest driver of whether or not someone chooses to buy from you. Just let this number sink in, 91%. A staggering 91% of people are more likely to shop with brands that give them personalized offers. It's not a trend, it's what everyone now expects.
So, by adopting this AI-driven model,
Woolworths could solve the core problem their FBH division has. They could start creating unique stories that connect deeply with dozens of different fashion subcultures all over the country, and they could do it while slashing costs and timelines. They could literally create infinite, personalized ads for every single product they sell.
But it doesn't just stop with online ads. The final piece of this puzzle, the part that's truly next level, is transforming the physical store itself into a mind-blowing experience that actually gets people excited to leave their house.
And this is possible through a really clever partnership. You have Artifice Studios creating all of this infinite, incredible content, and then you have a company called Sense Virtual, who are experts in large-scale touchscreens and immersive tech. They're the ones who bring that content to life right there in the store.
Just imagine this for a second. Store windows that are basically interactive art changing as you walk by, or immersive 360-degree digital walls that transport you to a different place. Holographic projections of products you can actually interact with. You could even step inside a virtual gem mine to see where a piece of jewelry came from. This is how you make retail an event again. So it all leaves us with one final thought. We are absolutely moving away from the era of broadcasting one message to millions of people. We're now in an era where we can tell a unique, personal story to each individual. And the only question left is, what story will your brand choose to tell?